in a type of way that we are able to get the type of response that we're looking for. So we don't want to give out too much information. But again, what do you think will happen to a drone if it goes to Tetrod?
Those were your 6 a.m. news headlines. We'll have another news update at the top of the hour right here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network.
Morning Brew is brought to you by Omega XL. Live long, stay strong.
When you don't see someone running onto set, first shot of this show, you know that Jason Williams isn't here and I'm actually sitting in for him, if albeit just for today. Hello and welcome to the Morning Brew. I'm Ryan Bechu. Always great to be in your company. Just to at least hang on for Jason. Always great not to wake up so much early in the morning, but certainly to be in your company and to bring you the latest and developing news across Trinidad and Tobago and across the region. So much for us to unpack over the next 2 hours. We will also have Ian Wason coming up a little bit later on in the program from roughly 7:30 a.m. for the weekly Morning Shot program, which is our sports show here on the Morning Brew. We're just a few hours really, not even 1 day away from the Emancipation holiday that will be tomorrow. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Emancipation holiday in a little bit. But first, you know, I always, around these occasions, be it Emancipation Day, be it Diwali, be it Indian Arrival Day, you name it. Christmas, you know, one of the more important ones that I like to factor in. It's a time for great reflection, but I feel as though our nation is one that doesn't often really consider the reflection part of these holidays. I'm not sure where we lost it. I really am not sure where we lost it. But we ought to really reconnect and revisit how we look at these holidays, particularly sentimental holidays like Emancipation Day, which is a very, very important holiday in our history and on our calendar here in Trinidad and Tobago. It really offers us an opportunity that I feel like we're taking less and less of really reconnecting with the history of this country, an important part, an important historical journey in this country's history. It also offers us an opportunity to learn once again or to relearn about the ancestors, our African ancestors of this country. But for some reason, it's not just Emancipation Day. It's Indian Arrival Day. It's Christmas time. It's, you know, we saw Christmas in July. Now is Christmas in July. Does Christmas in July have a spiritual value to it? Does it really have a reason for this particular season in July? I'm not sure, but that's another conversation for another day. But my point is, emancipation holds tremendous value, both in the present context of Trinidad and Tobago, but more importantly, where we came from, the historical context of it. And more I'm seeing as we get further and further away from the years that have passed and the decades that have passed in terms of these holidays, not just religious, but also these sentimental holidays as well. I feel as though we're losing that ability to reflect on how far we have come. And I also say that in the context that I feel as though if we take the time as a nation to reflect on just what this emancipation holiday is about, what our African ancestors would have had to endure and ultimately conquered, then we will have a greater appreciation and value for what we have as a society today. But sometimes, just sometimes, it feels as though we're not able to fully appreciate and value what we have as a society today, the freedoms we enjoy, the material things that we have, the people that we are, the friends that we're able to have and to connect with, the peace that we have as a society, and we're able to live with each other. It feels as though we're not able to fully appreciate, or if not value, such things, because we're losing that sense of history, that understanding of history. And really and truly, our history teacher at Cohen Hamilton used to tell us, if you don't truly appreciate and understand history, her words, not mine, if you don't truly understand and appreciate history, then you're not really going to truly understand and appreciate what you have today. Took us a long time as students to fully understand why she was saying those words constantly to us over a number of years. And then you sort of grow up and you understand, wow, okay, she made sense. But we really ought to get back to a place, and I hope that, I know that this is during the July-August vacation, but the schools have a really important role in helping our students not only learn, but grow into understanding the importance of these holidays. Not just Emancipation, not just Indian Arrival Day, not just Diwali, not just Eid al-Fitr, but we have so many on the calendar in Trinidad and Tobago. And we have to get back to a place where our students are taught to understand, to love, and to appreciate every single holiday. Because honestly, to me, and perhaps it's just me, but there are so many holidays on the Trinidad and Tobago calendar that we often as a nation, it would seem to me, we often as a nation have just come to look forward to the holidays, a chance to get away from work for a little bit, a chance for a long weekend. But it's so much more than that, and it's so much more important than that. It's really and truly the fabric of our nation. It really is a holiday like Emancipation Day really is a foundation block of the nation that stands today here in Trinidad and Tobago. And so what I would like to see, after all of this ranting for the last 2 or 3 minutes, what I would like to see is that as a nation, individually, as households, as schools, as families, that we would all take some time to dig a little bit into the history. And having said that, the media has a vital role to play in this as well. The media cannot abdicate its responsibility in regurgitating and repeating the history of emancipation and other holidays in the newspapers and on television year in, year out. But I would like us to really take some time to dive into the history of these holidays, to learn about it if we haven't learned about it, to learn again about it if we have forgotten about it. I think that would only serve us better as a people and a nation. Let's check out the front page of the TNT Guardian newspaper this morning. Defense Minister Wayne Sturge under fire for his comments, saying shoot first, and Sturge is advising gun owners to deal harshly with intruders as the UNC government pushes ahead with its Stand Your Ground legislation. The Defense Minister Wayne Sturge advising constituents and citizens that during a home invasion, they can shoot first and explain themselves after. He says the provision, among others, will be available under the proposed Stand Your Ground legislation the UNC is seeking to enact. He also gives other measures to allow victims of home invasions to defend themselves in the TNT Guardian newspaper this morning. Also, there's a 36-year-old man who has been sentenced to 14 years in prison after confessing to robbing and raping his aunt. Let's also have a look at that beautiful picture on the front page of the TNT Guardian newspaper where there were awards from the Emancipation Committee for Dr. Hollis Liverpool, that's the mighty chalk dust, as well as Anne-Marie Parks Kojo, that's Twiggy. She's known by her stage name Twiggy. Such a lovely picture. Also great to see Kafra Kambon there in Asha as well. But terrific picture and terrific awards for two of the country's stalwarts when it comes to culture. Let's also have a look at the TNT Guardian's back page this morning where there is a promise that Sportsmax and the SSFL will hold on to their deal. Now, honestly, Sportsmax took the secondary schools football league, which was already very popular among the nation's young people, particularly the students of our nation's schools. It was also very popular already, but Sportsmax said really broadcasting it not only to a local audience here in Trinidad and Tobago, but a regional audience, really took secondary schools football to a whole new level. So this is really great news that this deal is actually going to carry on into this season. Of course, Sportsmax ceased to broadcast, or at least stopped broadcasting, on July 8th, rather, was that date. Give a few days if I might be a little bit off. But great news there. You can read all about it from Walter Allaby, our senior sports reporter, in today's Trinidad and Tobago Guardian newspaper. Let's also have a look at the briefs section of today's Guardian newspaper as well, where Angostura continues to recognize more SCA top performers. Also, very nice picture ahead of Emancipation Day as well. Kareem Marcel posing for a picture with Minister of Works and Infrastructure, Jaylene John, both in their Emancipation Day garbs. The Laventil West MP taking some time out to pose for a picture on page 3 of the TNT Guardian newspaper ahead of Emancipation Day. That was at Monday's sitting of Parliament, just a few hours before, actually. Let's also have, it is Thursday, so let's have a look at the Business Guardian newspaper. Anthony Wilson will come up after this break to talk us through our trip to Guyana, in which he had an opportunity to talk exclusively to Guyana's Finance Minister, Dr. Ashni Singh. Explosive growth across Guyana, and he's also saying, Dr. Singh, that it's also moderate inflation. Stay with us here on the Morning Brew. We're going to be talking to Anthony Wilson, the business consultant, next about our trip to Guyana at the Global Biodiversity Alliance Summit when we come back.
Where does disease start? It often begins silently. No pain, no symptoms, just inflammation quietly damaging your body. Our choices, food, stress, pollution, all feed inflammation. Chronic inflammation is the root cause of many modern diseases.
You can't go back in time, but you can start addressing inflammation before it becomes disease.
Omega XL is a natural inflammation fighter clinically researched with over 30 fatty acids and no fishy aftertaste. Available Caribbean-wide at pharmacies and health food stores. Call 1-868-225-0410 for more information.
Gaming Express Limited is a premium importer and retailer of the highest quality brand name electronics. We stock the widest range of PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Samsung and Apple devices and accessories. Visit us at Shop 52, Level 2 Gulf City Mall in San Fernando, or contact us by phone or WhatsApp message at 687-7480 or 301-9797 or 798-1280. Like our Facebook and Instagram pages for updates on products and services.
Make your lashes a big deal.
New Paradise Big Deal Mascara by L'Oreal Paris. A cross-conic brush for buildable length that lasts. Buildable volume that doesn't clump, no matter how much you layer.
That's a big deal. New Paradise Big Deal Mascara by L'Oreal Paris. You're worth it.
Discover a breakthrough in healthcare at Liberty Medical Center, where expert care is affordable. See top specialists in endocrinology, diabetes care, dermatology, psychiatry, psychology, urology, obstetrics, and gynecology. We offer ultrasounds, x-rays, and ECGs. With full diagnostic services, an in-house pharmacy, and compassionate care, you'll leave feeling better than you came in. Visit us at 154 Pointe-a-Pierre Road, San Fernando, or call 610-4562. Liberty Medical Center. Your health, our mission.
People come to me and they say they get discomfort when they have ice cream. Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
Welcome to ABC Doors and Windows, TNT's #1 destination for the best quality and widest variety of doors and windows. Enhance your space with our premium wooden, steel panels, fiberglass, and steel security doors, complemented by our aluminum, UPVC, and steel windows. Shop for the best quality and service at ABC Doors and Windows. Visit our impressive showroom at 1 Chancatrace, El Socorro South, or call 638-7184 to get started. Trust ABC for a better choice.
Maybelline, New York. New Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation. Up to 30-hour wear. Light as air. Luminous matte look. New Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation. Maybelline, New York.
In almost every town in Guyana, there is explosive growth when it comes to construction. You'd call it a construction boom. And it tells a story of the country's explosive growth economically since discovering oil in 2015 and then starting to produce it in 2019. Last week, my colleague and I, Anthony Wilson, the business consultant, had the opportunity to travel to Guyana for the Global Biodiversity Alliance Summit. It sounds like a Biodiversity Alliance Summit, yes, but it also offered us the opportunity to look at a key business player now in the region. This morning, the front page of the Business Guardian newspaper is an exclusive interview Anthony had with Guyana's Finance Minister, Dr. Ashni Singh. I have the pleasure of welcoming to the program now Anthony Wilson. Anthony, welcome back to the program. Great to have you.
Morning, Ryan. Morning to your viewers and listeners. Morning.
Let's talk us through this exclusive interview you would have had with Guyana's Finance Minister, Dr. Singh.
Okay, it took place last week, Friday. It was delayed. We got there at 9:35, and we never started to speak to the minister until 11:30. But putting that aside, everything Dr. Singh said was of great interest to Trinidad and Tobago, I would say. Now, there were no explicit comparisons between Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago, but anybody reading the piece would be able to see what Guyana is doing right and maybe what Trinidad and Tobago did not do right. And that probably is a piece I will do next week. But the Minister of Finance said that in the 4 years from 2021, Guyana grew at an average real GDP rate of 39% per annum, which is mind-blowing.
Astronomical.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah. But I think the real challenge in an economy that is growing that fast is how do you control prices from rising? And the logic of that is that if you have a fast-growing economy, lots of people are employed, lots of money is being spent in the economy, and the clear signs of that in Guyana, construction, as you said, construction everywhere, including the road from the international airport into Georgetown. So lots of construction, lots of activity, but according to the minister, a very moderate inflation. So
how have they, Anthony, if you can explain to us, how have they been able, because you make an excellent point. You have a lot more money in Guyana now, employing a lot more people spending a lot more money should lead to more inflation. Dr.
Yes.
Singh is saying that they've managed to keep inflation at a moderate level. How
Yes.
have they?
They've kept inflation at a moderate level, and he said 2.9%, which is quite moderate. because what they have done is some supply side interventions. I think that's very important. For example, they eliminated all the taxes on imported fuels. That's a really important point. They provided support to the electricity and the water commissions in Guyana. That's also very important. And there were other supply side interventions, but I would not want to take away all the joy of people reading through the story and
that's a good point.
Finding out for themselves.
I do want to touch on another story that you would have had in the Business Guardian today, an interesting story and a very timely story as well. The finance minister is telling Andrea Perez-Sobas, a business reporter here at Guardian Media, that the government is considering the African Export-Import Bank. Yes. Interesting because, as I understand it, the Prime Minister, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, this afternoon will meet with heads of the African Export-Import Bank. So it's a very timely story, Anthony.
Yeah. So it's fairly well known that the previous administration's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, made it very clear that he was not in favor of Trinidad and Tobago joining the Afri-Exim Bank. And the reason for that is he said that the Afri-Exim Bank wanted all of the staff employed here, foreign and local, to get tax-free salaries. And he said he was not prepared to do that on behalf of the government, on behalf of the country, because if he made that concession to the Afri-Exim Bank, other international organizations operating out of Trinidad and Tobago would want the same or similar concessions for them. And his argument was that that would erode the tax base of Trinidad and Tobago. So as you say, it will be very interesting, given what the Minister of Finance, Mr. Devendra Dath Tanku, told us today in today's Business Guardian. If the current administration turns around and seeks to become a member of the Afri-Exim Bank, that would be quite interesting, because it would be a departure from the posture held by the previous administration.
Let's talk a little bit about Geisha Kalesa Alonso's story as well. A very interesting story from a tourism expert, Dr. James Heppel, saying that Trinidad and Tobago is well positioned to offer tourists authenticity. However, the country's stopover visitors have been lacking since 2019.
Yeah. The story basically says that Trinidad and Tobago is not attracting increasing numbers of visitors to the country on an annual basis. And there's some advice there on what the Trinidad and Tobago tourist authorities can do to adjust that. He is saying, which several people have said in the past, that tourism in the 21st century has become more about experiences. And he said Trinidad and Tobago is very well placed because of its diverse culture and so on, to offer guests a unique and unprecedented experience, given our festivals and festivals.
Yeah. Well, Anthony, lots to read in today's Business Guardian newspaper. We do appreciate you coming on to give us a sneak peek into what there is. We appreciate you as always.
Yeah, Ryan, one final point, if I may.
Sure.
I think the columns or the commentaries in this week's publication are especially strong. there's a piece on gasoline prices in the region, which I think is quite eye-opening because it reveals that the price of gasoline in Guyana is the lowest in the region, which goes to the point that Dr. Ashley Singh was making, that the supply side intervention by the Guyana government is what's been responsible for the moderate inflation there.
Also an interesting piece from Dr. Margaret Rose as well on the Sport TT judgment.
Very interesting.
Started reading halfway through that, and that was a really good analytical piece as well. Thank you very much, Anthony, business consultant at Guardian Media Limited, for joining us this morning.
You're welcome, Ryan.
Anthony Wilson, the business consultant here at TNT, the Guardian Media in Trinidad here. Let's take a break here on the Morning Brew. When we come back, we're on the cusp of the Emancipation Day holiday. When we come back, we'll be tracing back the roots of this holiday, but also we'll be looking at the developing controversy, if you may, between the government and the Emancipation Support Committee, and the latest after the minister had a meeting with the Emancipation Support Committee yesterday. Stay with us.
Fernando, get ready. The Roadie one-man show is coming to the Southland. Sunday, the 17th of August at Sapa. Tickets available at all K-Squared locations. At Police by the Park, Southern Food Basket, Coffee Street, and San Fernando. Sapa box office from the 14th of August, and Island 8 tickets online. For more information and box office inquiries, call 682-0467 or 683-4843. This show is strictly 18 years and over. The Roadie one-man show is heading to the Southland.
Loving the flavors you get with Tetley, loving the flavors you get with Tetley. Wouldn't you just love a cup of Tetley tea right now? Dark, strong British blend to give you a good morning boost. Or Tetley decaf, all of the antioxidants, none of the caffeine. Losing weight or staying healthy your thing? Try Tetley green tea. Get the vitamins to boost your health with Tetley super teas. Or calm down with Tetley chamomile. Wouldn't you just love a cup of Tetley tea right now? Tetley, a tea for everyone. Loving the flavors you get with Tetley, a tea for everyone. Tetley tea.
Distributed by AMCO, a subsidiary of Ansa Macau.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
Big ambition starts with clear vision. This back-to-learning season, Rera Optical has eyewear packages for every learner. For kids 15 years and under, get a free frame with lenses starting at just $495. Scholars, it's time to level up your look with frame plus lenses from $750. Lifelong learners, purchase any frame $1,099 plus and unlock up to 30% off premium lenses like Eisen, Varilux, and Transitions in 8 bold colors. And don't miss your chance to win a $1,500 learning supply voucher or transition lenses when you purchase any eyewear package. Ferrera Optical, big ambition, clear vision. Visit us in store today. This promotion is NOCB approved.
Welcome back to the Morning Brew, everyone. It's a long weekend here in Trinidad and Tobago as the country marks Emancipation Day. I have the pleasure of welcoming to the program from the Emancipation Support Committee, Khadija Daya. Khadija, welcome to the program. Great to have you here with us. She's the Senior Program Officer at the Emancipation Support Committee. Tell us how this week has been at the Emancipation Village in the build-up to Emancipation Day, Khadija.
Good morning, Ryan. Thank you for having me this morning. Please excuse my voice.
I know you've had long days, Khadija. I know you're forgiven.
It has been a very emotional week, honestly. Besides tiring, it has been an emotional one. That being from what happened, what transpired on, I believe it was Sunday, and getting all those calls, it has been an emotional one so far, most emotional ever. And I've been working at the ESC for the past 15 years. But I think this one was a shocker, and more so than ever, I am committed to continue doing the work of the Emancipation Support Committee.
So just for the benefit of our viewers who may not be in tune, you're talking about the comments by Minister Benjamin regarding the Emancipation Village, am I right?
Yeah, and not just the minister's comments, but also the general public's comments as well.
Why was it so difficult to digest?
Because persons, we have to mind our business. We have to be aware of what is happening in our country. And, for someone to say they don't even know that August 1st is a holiday, it shows that our system, our schooling system, somewhere along the line, as an adult, why you don't know August 1st is a holiday? Someone is not supposed to tell you that, no matter the amount of marketing, etc. If you as an average citizen don't know the holidays of your country, then that something says a lot about you.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Emancipation Village, which really aims to rally, awareness, really, around the Emancipation Day, the African Emancipation Day holiday. The criticism that the Emancipation Support Committee received was that it really ought to become more vibrant and with a lot more activities, etc., almost sort of kicked into the 21st century. Do you feel those suggestions were warranted?
Yes and no. So the Emancipation Village is an economic hub. I would advise persons to visit the market before they jump on this bandwagon, this preconceived notion of what it is. And from some of the comments, you realize that persons have never visited the market before. It's an economic hub. We have over 258 artisans in that one space, and not just from Trinidad and Tobago, but also from the Caribbean region, as well as the African continent. We have those persons who are coming from Africa setting up that trading system with our artisans where that isn't even in place. It's difficult to do that. So we are as a medium doing that for our small artisans. Our small artisans are now connected with persons directly from the continent. Our small artisans are now connected with persons in the Caribbean, whereas it would be difficult to do so. The space, again, is an edutainment space. So you have the education element as well as the entertainment element. But to do that it costs. Where else in Trinidad and Tobago are you going to see Rhapsody legends, Corrida Mandela, Omari Ashley on the stage for $40? Where else are you going to a space and you're going to see all our top local reggae acts on one stage for $40? And every year they said it. Even this year, Sasha said it. Nowhere in Trinidad and Tobago, no other promoter in Trinidad and Tobago get all our reggae acts on one stage. No one does that besides the Emancipation Support Committee. We have educational elements. We have these huge structures that we use to promote Pan-Africanism, different Pan-African leaders from which is Trinidad and Tobago. Our very own Stokely Michael Kwame Ture from Trinidad and Tobago. If we don't call his name, the school system don't call Kwame Ture's name. No one called Kwame Ture's name besides the Emancipation Support Committee.
Do you feel...
And when we do that, persons ask, so why keep... Because Kwame Ture is a legend in Africa, but in his own home, he's seen as a normal average man.
Do you feel, Khadija, that it is a case that the Emancipation Support Committee is doing all it can on a year-to-year basis for this Emancipation Week with the funds, with the financing that it has, as opposed to reaching the heights that others would like to see, but will cost a lot more money?
Of course, and it's just not for 1 week. Remember, we launched this festival on May 25th, which is African Liberation Day. So from May 25th until August the 1st, we have a number of activities. We have a lecture series. We have a Yoruba Drum Festival. We have a fashion show. We have the last week, which is at the Emancipation Village. So it's not just 1 week of activities. It's from May 25th until August the 1st. And yes, we want to see it on a large scale, but having more persons at the village don't mean more sales for the vendors. You can see a space filled with thousands of people, and they walk away and they have not gotten that experience that you want them to get.
Right. Let's talk a little bit also about where you would like to see the... I understand that the criticism, for lack of a better word, or perhaps even suggestions, let's call it suggestions for now, were difficult to stomach. Given that there is a tremendous amount of work that goes into this from the Emancipation Support Committee, where would you like to see the, excuse me, the Emancipation Village go in the coming years?
I'm seeing that now. We have a lot of young people work with us. This year, we got about 15 students from Bishop East Trinity East Secondary School. We started working with them about 3 years ago, where their volunteers assist us in our events. And hearing it from them, some of them for the first time, and their realization is that I have to do more. I have to do some more research. It's going where we want it to go. Step by step, no matter how slowly, we are going to get there. The village, someone compare it to that of Caripesta because it's the same concept. But again, if we want to see it on this big stage, there needs to be more funding. Persons have to get involved, and we welcome all. Welcome all who want to come and collaborate with us. And a lot of persons have given their suggestions, but it's more than that. A lot goes on behind the scene. And when you get up, when you become part of it, you realize it's so much goes into it. You know, it's like seeing a cake in a show glass. Wow, a beautiful cake. But when you understand the amount of work it takes to go in to make that cake beautiful, you appreciate it more.
Let's talk a little bit about a topic that is very dear to my heart, and I sort of gave a little bit of a ramble at the start of the show about it. You touched on it as well, Khadija. The absolute need in this country to revisit and reconnect with our history. Do you feel that for a holiday like African Emancipation Day, that particularly our young people, but our country as a whole, is sort of now disconnected from the historical aspect of it, and we just see it as a holiday?
Of course. A lot of persons have to understand that it's an important holiday. And no amount of literature you put out, if someone is not interested, they're not going to digest it. And that's a fact, no matter what it is. It have persons who don't like carnival for whatever reason. And carnival is a very important part of our history, the historical aspect of it. But for someone who just don't like carnival, no amount of literature, no amount of talking is going to convince them otherwise. And it's the same thing for African Emancipation Day. Looking back at the historical context, everyone, give up history, stop talking about slavery. But our history did not begin at slavery. And we are trying to get persons to understand that. Once you accept that we did not start at slavery, accept that to understand where we are right now, to look forward to the future. We are in a time where, especially for our young people, they are so self-absorbed. Some of them are going through a trauma that they themselves don't understand because their parents never explained it to them. Their parents themselves never break that trauma. So it continues.
I do want to ask you on that point, because you talk about today. What message do you feel, and how does Emancipation Day connect with what is happening presently in Trinidad and Tobago?
Lack of self-identity, lack of knowledge of oneself, and again, doing your research, understanding and accepting.
Yeah. Well, all very important points. Khadija Daya, thank you very much for being on the program with us ahead of African Emancipation Day. We really appreciate you taking the time to come on.
Thank you, Ryan.
Khadija Daya, the Senior Program Officer at the Emancipation Support Committee, on the Morning Brew ahead of African Emancipation Day tomorrow. Just as we head to this break, it's sort of a very important point that you made about Carnival and African Emancipation Day and all of the other holidays that you or other people around the country may not have a vested interest in. It's really key that we, and this is really for parents and teachers, it's really key that we grow up our students and we teach our students very early on an appreciation and an understanding as to, even if they don't really, if they're not Hindu, if they're not Muslim, if they're not Christian, if they're not whatever, why it's important. The importance of these holidays and how it's shaped the very lives that we live, maybe not in our household, but particularly in the communities that we grew up in, the neighbors that we have. It's really, really important. Being a Trinidadian, being a Tobagonian, that's really what it means. We're a multicultural society. Nobody lives in a country here where it's predominantly one religion or predominantly one race. It's all of us here in this country, and we ought to have an appreciation, if not a love, certainly an appreciation for what all of us have in this country. Let's take a break. When we come back, ASP Aurel Russell is with us with police, and you lots to talk about in the police service, and we'll discuss next.
Mom, Dad, this is Trevor.
Hi. He's no Kieran. Back up.
Fling? That's why he crossed the road. It was funny when Kieran said it.
Oh, who could that be?
We're like the parents who don't miss your ex.
I can't believe Kieran is in the neighborhood.
CG United. Good like that.
At Cruise Inn Hotel and Yachting Center, we're all about time. In fact, once you check in, there's no time to lose. Reconnect with a little family time. Make a splash with some pool time. Spend some treasured quality time. Or just immerse yourself in some quiet time. Indulge your senses at dinner time. We even have the perfect venue when it's your celebration time. So it's high time you visit Cruise Inn. Choose our day pass or call 607-4000 to make your dinner or hotel reservations or to find out more about our event spaces. Take a time out at Cruise Inn Hotel and Yachting Center.
This is not a procedure. It's just a hard-working cream.
Revitalift Triple Power with pro-retinol, hyaluronic acid, and vitamin C visibly reduces wrinkles, firms, and brightens skin in 1 week.
Ladies, it's time to ask for more.
Revitalift Triple Power by L'Oreal Paris.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business, and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home, and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Are you tired of the same old boring drive home from work? Look no further. Get ready for the ultimate after-work rush with Freedom 106.5 FM's The Overdrive with Davey. Mondays to Fridays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Let Davey take you on a thrilling ride of non-stop entertainment and education. He covers the topics of the day, delves into the latest food and lifestyle trends, and brings dynamic guests from exciting professions to share their professional stories and experiences. Take advantage of this energizing and engaging experience. Tune into Freedom 106.5 FM, Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for The Overdrive with Davey, the ultimate way to end your day with a bang.
It's always ASP Russell's luck, always ASP Howie Russell's luck, that when he's coming on, Jason Williams takes a day and I am in the seat. Always his luck. Whether he enjoys it or not is completely up to him. ASP Russell, welcome back to the program. Happy to have you.
Pleasant good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, on behalf of the Commissioner of Police, Deputy Commissioner, First and Second Division officers, and let me just say happy Emancipation Day to all of Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, let's start right there. It's a long weekend. Does that increase the workload for police officers across the country?
Well, you know, as police officers, we want to, first thing first, we want to make Trinidad and Tobago a safe place. Protect and serve with pride. So, of course, we will be out there. I mean, even as early as of this morning, I would have passed 2 roadblocks on my way to this interview this morning. So you know we are out there. We are out there early. The breathalyzer will be out there. There will be roadblocks. We will be vigilant. It's not only a long weekend, but it's a long weekend on a month end. Trinidad and Tobago, I'm asking you to behave yourself, please, and thank you. We want you to help us in this. Remember, we are still in the SOE period. Remember, we are still in the SOE period, so we expect responsible behavior from the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, we will be here to protect you. Now, we know there are quite a few events on this weekend. There's an event at the Oval that would attract a mass crowd. We want persons to be vigilant in their going out, go out in groups, park safely, park in lighted areas, utilize the shuttles and the other provisions provided for you, that we don't have the road congested and hamper other road users as they go about their lives.
Can we expect operations across both islands over this weekend?
Oh, most definitely, because we know, especially on a long weekend, a lot of persons would want to flock to the sister isle to have some relaxation. You know, so we will definitely have persons doing port exercises, looking for persons, because regardless to what, there are always that element that want to come to Hamburg to disrupt, to cause you pain in the midst of your happiness. And you know, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and as well as the national security apparatus, we want to guard against those things.
It would be irresponsible of me, I know that it's cliche, but it would be irresponsible of me not to give you the opportunity to give advice to people who might be going to rivers, beaches, parties, whatever. Your advice to them as a senior police officer?
Well, first thing first, I want to tell you, be aware of your surroundings. 1. 2, I know our culture. I would want to ask that you designate a driver. We would have seen some fatal accidents over the past few weeks. We really want you to take your time. There will be speed exercises out there. Trinidad and Tobago, we will be out there this long weekend, especially given the state of the SOE. I would want you to just look out for each other. Be your brother's keeper. Know that alcohol and rivers are not good friends. Alcohol and sea bathing and good friends. We want you to take that responsibility and that care for yourselves first, because you are the first person there. You must have that self-love.
Thank you very much for that, ASP. I know that it's something that you often have to repeat, but I think it's responsible of you to do it as well. Let's talk a little bit about the front page of the TNT Guardian newspaper this morning. It's a conversation you and I have had multiple times on this program as we preview the Stand Your Ground legislation that is to come and home invasions that continue across Trinidad and Tobago as well. We've seen the defense minister saying shoot first, advising that there will be provisions within the legislation that would really aid people who are victims of home invasion. How does the police service meet with this and think about such statements from the defense minister, especially when the question came up in that constituency consultation that what if there are police officers or at least criminals posing in police garb coming into somebody's home?
That is it's an interesting topic. I saw it last night as well on the various media houses, and it caused me a bit of discomfort. We must understand that we must operate and act within the confines of the law. As it pertains to shooting first, I believe your life must be under that immediate danger or threat. Other pieces of legislation will have to be adjusted for there to be synergy between the Stand Your Ground legislation and other laws that as it pertains to self-defense. Because as it stands, self-defense must be proportionate to the force that you're being met with. So if you see somebody coming and probably they pelt a stone at you, it may not warrant that you shoot them. So we have to ensure that whatever is done,
that one of your
everything
concerns?
Is adjusted.
Is that one of your concerns, ASP Russell, as a police officer in this country? Does it make it that much difficult that you show up at a crime scene and because someone may have thrown a stone or what you may deem another minor infraction, that somebody's dead because of it? Is that one of your concerns with this legislation?
Well, there are indeed a lot of concerns, but the legislation is in the consultation phase. So I know our time will come where we will have our consultation and we will be able to list our concern as the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, as a ministry, as an apparatus of the Ministry of National Security. I heard a question was asked about police officers coming into premises, really element of surprise. That is something we would have to say our piece on as well, because let's say you're going into someone's houses and they have high walls. How do you maintain an element of surprise? Are you going to knock on the door? Hi, good day. What if that person doesn't answer? Would you not execute your warrant? So we have to keep all these things in mind. Sometimes they may be going for something and they may get a chance to destroy it because they no longer have that element of surprise. I have to knock the door and wait on you to come, whereas a warrant gives you permission to enter if need be by force.
Yeah, excellent point, and that is a concern that I'm sure that the legislation will have to consider as well. On the flip side, though, there have been instances where there are criminals posing in police garb. We're not sure where they get these police uniforms from, and entering people's homes and carrying out home invasions. What would be your advice to the population to deal with something as delicate as that?
Well, let me tell you this. Even before the Stand Your Ground legislation, we were mandated that once we are going on exercises, that we have marked police vehicle number 1, that we have a certain complement of fully dressed uniformed officers with their IDs, and we now have our badges. And one of the things that the criminals have not been able to replicate is the badge. So we would have our badges around our neck, we'll have our IDs as well. So we would be able, and who knows, due to consultation, we may have something that may give us an even greater visibility. Because as I said, it's in this consultation stage, and we know that our opportunity will come as well. So we know that the government is the responsible government, and they would meet with all before this legislation is enacted to address all concerns from all persons, and I commend them for their consultations because they are going on to different communities and they are listening to the cries of the people, they are listening to their suggestions and their ideas, and I commend the government for their consultation process, and I know that we will have our say as it pertains to consultation. So I am not too wary as yet because nothing is indeed cast in stone and nothing has been written yet. It's just ideas and suggestions going forward that would come together and amalgamate to form the standing ground legislation.
ASP Ari Russell, always appreciate you having you on the program. Thank you very much.
All right, you're most welcome. You have a blessed day.
And you have
a blessed weekend.
And you have a great long weekend as well, although I know it'll probably be very busy for you.
Well, that's what we sign up for, to protect and serve.
ASP Ari Russell from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service on our Police and News segment. Stay with us. We're going to head to a break and then head to the 7 a.m. news. And we'll be back with the second hour of the Morning Brew next.
Eye care tips for Seaview Optical. Eat well. Good eye health starts with the food on your plate. Nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, lutein, zinc, and vitamin C and E might help ward off age-related vision problems. Quit smoking. Makes you more likely to get cataracts, damage to your optic nerve, and macular degeneration. If you have tried to kick the habit before only to start again, keep at it. Wear sunglasses. The right pair of shades will help protect your eyes from the sun's ultraviolet UV rays. Use safety eyewear. If you use hazardous or airborne materials on the job or at home, wear safety glasses or protective goggles.
Get the best in affordable eyewear. Frames with blue filter lenses and eye exam, $399. Single vision lenses with transitions on designer frames, $799. Progressive transitions with designer frames, $1,399. Happening only at Seaview Optical. Affordable eye care for everyone.
At Bagwansing's, Port of Spain and Chagonas, we are committed to providing quality products for all major building projects. Let's build together with rebars and beams, BRC coils and mats, RHS and angles, roofing sheets and purlins, lumber, plywood and MDF. Bagwansing's, building homes, building communities, building TNT for over 60 years. Bagwansing's, Port of Spain and Chagonas, building value every day.
Crack the science of stronger hair. New Fructis with keratin, protein, or biotin in reloaded systems. Up to 72 hours frizz control, 48 hours definition, or 72 hours thicker looking hair. New Fructis by Garnier, naturally.
Safety is the foundation of every strong home and business. For over 30 years, All Pro Security has been your trusted partner in protection. Innovation you can count on. Reliability you can trust. Call 299-0600. All Pro Security, protecting what matters most. Always.
Good morning, I'm Annalisa Paul with headline news on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. Attorneys representing murder-accused Raja'i Ali are expected to file a constitutional motion against the state's retroactive declaration of Tetron Barracks and Stobbles Bay as prisons. On Tuesday, Parliament passed a motion declaring the Defence Force facilities as prisons. Ali and other high-profile prisoners were transferred from the maximum security prison on July 18th under the state of emergency. In a monitored virtual meeting, Ali denied plotting an escape, violence, or any involvement in public threats, saying he is being used to justify the SOE. He also appeared before Justice Lisa Singh Phillip, charged with possession of a cell phone and SIM card found in his cell on June 25th. His next court appearance is September 12th. While the opposition has been accusing government of not having a crime plan, Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander insists that publicizing their strategies would only alert the criminals. He claimed their 2-month track record eclipses 9 years of past governance.
You want you to have a crime plan ready and available. Every time we talk about the crime plan, the criminals prepare themselves. Why are we talking about crime plan? Why not see what we are doing? And that is what we are doing presently. We have presented some things to the public, but we want them to see our work and understand what level we are at. Yeah? So if I call and tell you, listen, when we leave here, we'll be brutalizing everybody here, and here was a party, would you drink? So that's the question. We stop doing that.
Backing the proposed stand your ground legislation, Alexander called for mental and physical readiness, urging citizens to prepare to defend their homes from intruders. Defense Minister Wayne Sturge says the Stand Your Ground legislation allows for a homeowner to shoot an intruder in the back.
If he's running away armed with a gun, you can shoot him in the back and explain yourself after. That's the reality. If he's running away without a gun, that's a different thing.
But former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith says circumstances will determine if a shot to the back is justified.
There are going to be specific circumstances. Suppose you're in a firefight, you're upstairs and 2 or 3 individuals are downstairs and they're shooting at you, and then they're trying to run to get to another position, and whilst they're running, you have the right to shoot at that person.
Those were your 7 a.m. news headlines. We'll have another news update at 8 a.m. on the TBC Radio Network.
Food basket, nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic for everyday low price. Things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale, retail, everything for you. A Reba, Shagwana, Shafle, go view. Food basket, the nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. Food basket. Marketplace Chanfleur, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Welcome back to the second hour of the Morning Brew, which will include the Morning Shot with Ian Wason. He comes up at the bottom of the hour, rather. But right now, it's time for our daily health tip.
The Daily Health Tip, brought to you by Omega XL, where health is wealth.
Ever pondered how remarkably adaptable our brain is, and how diverse circumstances can reconfigure its structure and function? This process is called neuroplasticity, a symbol of our brain's resilience and adaptability. Whether it's dealing with PTSD or partaking in calming meditation, our brain can transform its makeup. Neuroplasticity is key in showing our brain's remarkable versatility. Now let's delve into how these conditions alter the brain's landscape. Emotional trauma from post-traumatic stress disorder overactivates the amygdala, impacting the prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus, leading to emotional reactions and memory problems. Strokes disrupt brain blood flow, impacting speech and muscle control. Alcohol use disorder affects the hippocampus, creating memory issues. Alzheimer's disease interferes with neuron communication, causing memory loss. Migraines affect brain matter due to nerve sensitivity. Brain injuries from concussions cause lasting damage. Bipolar disorder arises from neurotransmitter imbalances, causing mood swings. Multiple sclerosis scars nerves due to immune system attacks. ADHD affects attention network's function. Despite these challenges, there's hope. Activities like meditation increase gray matter, reducing inflammation. Regular exercise improves blood flow and brain cell growth, enhancing cognition. Indeed, our brain is not a static entity, one constantly changing and adapting to different conditions. While some conditions are beyond our control, we can foster brain health. Mindfulness meditation, regular physical exercise, and dietary supplements can enhance cognitive functions. They improve focus, memory, and mental stamina, providing essential nutrients for your brain. Striking a balance is key. One should not overshadow the other. Your choices significantly impact your brain health. Every choice you make can contribute to a healthier brain.
The Daily Health Tip, brought to you by Omega XL, where health is wealth.
All right, let's head to another break here on the Morning Brew. But when we come back, mental health matters with Yohansi Ayodike. Next.
People come to me and they say they get discomfort when they have ice cream. Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
Recession have you down? Don't lose hope. Head on down to Tire Clinic for the recession deals. That should big savings with our road hazard warranty on Dunlop 2021 Falcon tires. Available at Tire Clinic, Cuba, Chaguanas, and Pleasance Park. Tire Clinic, a tire for every need. Call 636-8973 or 636-2958.
Is high blood sugar the root cause of diabetes? Most people think high blood sugar is the problem. The truth, It's inflammation. Insulin resistance is the root cause of diabetes. Reducing that inflammation is key. Omega XL is a natural option. Not fish oil, but a patented, green-lipped muscle extractor with over 30 fatty acids, including EPA and DHA. Clinically studied, backed by over 30 years of research. Stay tuned.
Omega XL. Power your health.
Built to Last has a massive sale on roofing materials, including standing seam. Invest in durable roofing sheets at unbeatable prices. Choose our supply and installation package and enjoy huge savings on your roof. Quality materials, quality prices, quality workmanship. Our name says it all. Built to Last, for roofing that is built to last. We will not be beaten on price. Enjoy free delivery and free roll forming on standing seam and guttering on site. Call us now, 355-7703.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials now. Garlic 1 pound for $9.95. Russet potatoes 5 pounds, $17.95. Grill Master Burger patties 2 pounds, $49.95. Golden Brand margarine 4 for $19.95. Anchor cheddar cheese 250 grams 2 for $44.95. Richport vegetable oil 500 ml 3 for $19.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
This Java bring the whole family to La Vega Estate, Trinidad's #1 family-friendly destination. Open daily, including weekends and public holidays. La Vega is more than Trinidad's leading garden center. It's packed with fun for everyone. New this season, thrilling ATV tours for the adventure seekers. Plus 2 large pools, fishing, nature trails, playgrounds, and more. Camp under the night sky. Make a booking for an unforgettable family getaway. Call or WhatsApp 714-5969 to plan your next adventure today.
Welcome back to the Morning Brew, everyone. Happy to be in your company. I'm Ryan Bechu, sitting in for Jason Williams this morning ahead of what is a long weekend here in Trinidad and Tobago. It's African Emancipation Day tomorrow, so lots for us to unpack over the next few days when it comes to really revisiting our history and really reconnecting with the past in many ways, and I encourage you to do that as well. It's time for our Mental Health Matters segment with Yohansi Ayodike. It's a weekly segment here on the Morning Brew. Yohansi, good morning to you. Welcome back to the program.
Ryan, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing? Let's jump right into it. What do you have for us today?
All right, so I have a question. How many times should you hit the snooze button?
I hit it once this morning, but I'm getting better at it. It used to be, I used to have to set my alarm for maybe an hour before, then it became half hour, and now I'm pretty much good.
All right, I asked this question, one, because the snooze button, doing some research, was originally invented in the 1940s, I believe, to sort of, as a marketing campaign, to sort of help people cheat sleep, right? So they get extra sleep. What I realize is, even though you may quote unquote get extra sleep, what you do, you also reduce the amount of time you have to get.
That's correct.
Reduce the time you need to get to whatever destination or do whatever task. So that's the physical aspect of it. There's also the mental aspect of it, is that many times we have something difficult to do. We have a difficult conversation, we have a difficult task, and we hit snooze, a mental snooze, we delay it. And what happens is sometimes we reduce the deadline of it, and then now we may go in a state of panic or a state of anxiety.
That is, I think they call it, the bright people call it procrastination or something like that, which really is kicking the can down the road, because you still have to get the task done. You still have to get to your destination. What would be your advice to people to rid themselves of that snooze mentality? That mentality that, let me just get 5 more minutes of rest, and it's not rest we're talking about, but let me delay for another 5 minutes. Let me delay for another day what I really ought to be doing. What would be your advice to them?
One, thinking that we have time or that we could control time actually is a bit arrogant, because we don't control anything. To even say, well, I will do it tomorrow, or I will do it even 2 hours from now, we don't know what will happen. We don't know what will exist. So if you look at it as a form of even arrogance, that you're not controlling anything, that's one. Two is that after a while, you will get accustomed to delay. So it's like the same snooze button. If every morning you press snooze, after a while, every time you hear that alarm, you will instinctively just want to snooze. That's true. So just like in life, anything difficult comes, you'll instinctively just want to delay it. So look at it also as a form of possible weakness, that I don't have the strength to deal with what I need to deal with. And then thirdly is that after a while, you will realize life starts passing you by, because you're delaying and you're delaying and delaying. And then you will say things like, well, it's August already. Yeah. It's 2025 already. And you realize life crept up on you.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. It also offers an opportunity, Johansi, to build discipline. If you get what I'm saying. You begin by not hitting the snooze button, by getting up, by getting going, although as we know it's difficult. Anything worthwhile is difficult. But also it allows you to build that metal of discipline in your life.
Very true. And discipline sometimes could be a touchy thing, is an individualistic thing. And one thing I realized that helps with discipline is don't do things you don't want to do. Don't set yourself up. So if you're in a job that you don't like and that you find difficulty every morning waking up and you snooze, put things in place so that you could have a different job opportunity. If you're getting up every morning to do something you don't really want to do, and in most situations, you can't just change it immediately, but put things in place. So now you're kind of taking more control of your life. You're crafting your life in a way that you want to wake up in the morning. You don't want to press snooze, and that applies to situations. So if you're around people that you don't really like or you don't really want to talk to, you would hit snooze on them because you don't really want to talk to or be around them. So you could also take some control of your life and craft it in a way that you want to be present.
Just before we wrap, I always veer us off topic, Johansi, in this segment, but I do want to sort of connect our conversation today with African Emancipation Day that's happening tomorrow. It's a long weekend. But, when I look back at from bondage to freedom, and I often think about not only the physical suffering that African ancestors would have endured, but the absolute mental trauma of centuries of slavery that ultimately led up to Emancipation Day. That recurs. Many people say that mental trauma echoes through the centuries, and it still remains until today. What would you say if I had to ask you about to give a message to Trinbagonians today ahead of African Emancipation Day? What would you say to them?
To look forward. Yes, our history can define us, but the truth is, like any history, it no longer a present. So even though we understand what may have occurred and it could have come, look forward, because our behavior should mirror what is best for us. So if right now there's certain behavior, certain thoughts, certain patterns that you have that not helping you, then change it, whether it is from slavery, whether it is from your family history, whether it is from abuse or any other trauma in your life. You could slowly start to change it. Or even if sometimes people say, well, that is just how I am. If it's not working for you right now, be able to change it and look forward. Look at what you want to accomplish versus what was in the past. Yes, it defines you. Yes, it may have existed, but it's no longer present. So look forward.
I absolutely love that point, Johansi. You make a very excellent point there. But understanding, and this sort of ties back into what I was talking about a little bit earlier, understanding where we came from will help to usher us towards where we would like to go. Johansi Ayadike, happy African Emancipation Day to you and to your family. We appreciate you being on the program again.
Thank you very much, Ryan, and happy emancipation to everyone in the nation.
All right, Johansi Ideke, behavioral change consultant, talking to us. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll tell you how you can connect with us here on The Morning Brew.
Best and affordable eyewear. Frames with blue filter lenses and eye exam, $399. Single vision lenses with transitions on designer frames, $799. Progressive transitions with designer frames, $1,399. Happening only at Seaview Optical. Affordable eye care for everyone.
Presenting the most modern pharmaceutical facility in the country. Food Basket Hyperfarm Pharmacy Food Basket Complex, Arima. We stock the widest range of health and beauty products, baby supplies, stationery, fragrances, and cosmetics. Our organic, sugar, and gluten-free products cater to vegans and the health conscious. A wide assortment of dispensary medication and over-the-counter items at the most affordable prices. Make Hyperfarm Pharmacy your choice. Located on the compound of Food Basket Complex, Arima.
Feeling off balance? Your body might be missing AMPK. It's your natural reset, regulating how your body stores fat and processes sugar. Berberine Plus activates AMPK, helping your cells use energy better, reduce fat, and keep sugar levels in check. Berberine Plus, now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide.
Cold or flu? Take Panadol multi-symptoms. Relief in minutes. 7 cold and flu symptoms. Panadol. Release starts here.
We are your one-stop, most convenient, most helpful, most caring community pharmacy. Our pharmaceutical services include dispensing medicines, repeat dispensing, clinical governance. But we also have a fully stocked convenience store featuring our refreshment aisle, grocery lane, personal care products, toys, pet supplies. We are most conveniently located out of the traffic, just 2 minutes off the highway in Heartland Plaza, in Devashagonas. Contact us on 220-8705 or 470-5938 and visit us soon.
Loving the flavors you get with Tetley, Tetley. Loving the flavors you get with Tetley.
Wouldn't you just love a cup of Tetley tea right now? Dark, strong British blend to give you a good morning boost. Or Tetley decaf, all of the antioxidants, none of the caffeine. Losing weight or staying healthy your thing? Try Tetley green tea. Get the vitamins to boost your health with Tetley super teas. Or calm down with Tetley chamomile. Wouldn't you just love a cup of Tetley tea right now? Tetley, a tea for everyone.
Loving the flavors you get with Tetley, a tea for everyone. Tetley tea.
Distributed by AMCO, a subsidiary of Ansa McCall.
Welcome back to The Morning Brew, everyone. Let's tell you how you can stay connected with us on TMB. You can use the hashtag, by the way, on any social media platform that you're using, hashtag TMB. Send us an email at tmb@cnc3.co.tt if you'd like to talk about a particular topic, if you think there's a guest that should be on this program, if you think we're not discussing a topic that we really ought to be talking about. If you have an interesting story that you'd like to share with us, whatever you'd like to share with us here at Team TMB, do it at tmb@cnc3.co.tt. Let's also tell you how you can follow us on social media. We're at CNC3 News on Instagram, CNC3 Television on Facebook, and CNC3 TV on X. Remember to use the hashtag on these social media platforms so that we'll know that you are speaking to us. Also remember, the CNC3 News app has all of the latest developing and breaking news from Trinidad and Tobago, around the Caribbean, and around the world as well. It is the #1 source of verified information, so stay up to date with all of the latest news with push notifications right to your mobile device. Also, the Guardian website is also a very good source for all of the latest information as well, constantly updated 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so that you are constantly in the know as to what is happening in the world and the country around you. Let's give you something to think about on this Thursday morning as we head in towards a long weekend. From C.S. Lewis, there are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. It's a quote I had stumbled upon many years ago, maybe about 15 years ago. Could be more actually, about 20 years ago really. There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind, which really is true in many regards and really a cause for optimism on a day like this. So we urge you that whatever you're going through right now, there are far better things ahead, and have hope for the future that you'll have far better days ahead than the ones you're going through right now. Jean-Marc is up next with the weather. Let's check in to see what we can expect over the next few days over this long weekend.
Good morning. In today's weather wrap, we head over to Shanghai, where more than 280,000 people were relocated, hundreds of flights halted, and speed limits were imposed on roads and railways on Wednesday as Tropical Storm Komi whipped eastern China with gales and heavy rainfall. Landfall by Komi in the port city of Zhoushan in the Zhejiang province early on Wednesday was soon followed by warnings of a tsunami set off by a powerful earthquake off Russia's far east, raising concerns of larger-than-expected storm surges along the Chinese coast. Authorities lifted the tsunami warnings for Shanghai and Zhoushan later in the day, but while the winds from Komi were weaker than those generated by typhoons, the Chinese financial hub and other cities in the Yangtze River took no chances. Komi made landfall in Shanghai with wind speeds of 83 kilometers per hour. Rainfall of about 100 millimeters, which is about a month's worth for there, was expected within a 6-hour period within the city. Shanghai is rarely subjected to direct hits from strong typhoons that generally make landfall a bit further south in China. Now let's head over to Romania, where more than 2,500 people have been affected by severe flash floods in one of their northern counties, where 3 people were confirmed dead and hundreds of homes damaged. The town of Brosteni and the village of Niagara were among the worst hit, with homes destroyed, cars buried in mud, and electricity networks wiped out. Firefighters, volunteers, and intervention teams from 8 counties were working to clear the debris, reopen roads, and restore access to isolated communities. Authorities say there is an urgent need for drinking water, power generators, fuel, and other basic tools. Helicopters also evacuated about 120 people, with another 85 rescued by land. Local officials have pledged support and called for improved protection against future natural disasters in the area. Now let's take a look at today's forecast, where we can expect another hot and sunny day despite a few showers during the morning favoring southern areas of Trinidad. But by midday and during the early afternoon, we can see a few brief showers pop up over the western areas of Trinidad, with the low chance of an isolated heavy shower or thunderstorm. We can expect a mostly settled evening, but a few overnight showers are possible with the approaching tropical wave. That's all for today's weather wrap. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Jean-Marc. Appreciate you giving us that update ahead of a long weekend and also trying your hand at those Chinese cities' names as well. Let's take a break. When we come back, we have a lot more for you, including the Morning Shot with Ian Wason. That's coming up very soon. You won't want to miss this program. Stay with us.
I'm looking for a magic for this disaster of a war.
You need a master plan.
A what?
Kaleidoscope Weather Master Exterior Latex Emulsion. It stands up to our wicked sun and crazy rain. It shields against fading, protects against mildew, and is crack resistant. This paint so tough that it is tried and tested against British standards and formulated with European raw material.
Kaleidoscope Weathermaster Exterior Latex Emulsion, the premium outdoor paint that protects and shields against fading. Available at hardware and Kaleidoscope color shops nationwide.
You can make your goals unfold, go get it. You can live your dream, join the team, let's do this. You can get the help you need to succeed with Rand Credit Union. You can believe that you can achieve. Big goals, small ones too. Rand Credit Union, we've got you. No more waiting, that won't do. Make someday today. One life, so make it good. Live the way you know you should. With Rand Credit Union, yes you could. Make someday today.
Live
your best life today with Rand Credit Union.
The wait is over. Rosari Bridal Couture's hot summer style drop is on fire with a 10% off store-wide sale on all new arrivals from our latest container shipment. Be the first to explore the newest bridal lehengas, elegant Pakistani shalwars, shimmering saris, stylish modest wear, affordable kid outfits, sparkling jewelry, and more. Plus, enjoy free footwear with every bridal outfit and free matching bangles with kids wear. Our expert in-house tailor is ready to serve you. Visit us at Brentwood Chaguanas. Call us now at 723-9099.
Okay, I see you. Okay, let me see you, Cherry Hill. Yeah, now take it back. Let me see you rock off, shake off, shake off. Let me see you rock off, rock off. Let me see you kick right, now kick left, now step forward, now step back. Lucasade, bring the energy.
Get the best in affordable eyewear. Frames with blue filter lenses and eye exam, $399. Single vision lenses with transitions on designer frames, $799. Progressive transitions with designer frames, $1,399. Happening only at Seaview Optical. Affordable eye care for everyone.
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS. This is Mary. Mary has bills to pay and takes a chance parking in front of the building at the no parking sign. Mary returns to her car, and this is what happens. Mary decides to call when she's 5 minutes away to let her daughter know that she is close by. But Mary forgot one thing.
Second ticket for the day. I don't know, nah? I really don't know. Well, I tell you.
After 2 tickets, Mary just isn't paying attention to her speed.
You see a fixed penalty notice, fixing speed like 15 kilometers. You have 30 years to pay, 15 years to contest.
It has short other people. Look at all the people passing. All they ain't seen them. All they see me, right? Eh? All they too wicked.
Don't be like Mary. Obey the laws of the road. A message from the TTPS.
Get the story first. Want to know what's happening in news, sports, or crime? Get the CNC3 app. As the story breaks, CNC3 is there giving you the story first on your mobile device. Be connected to the most trusted and reliable news source, CNC3. Access your world with just a tap. The CNC3 app. Download it today.
Are you tired of the same old boring drive home from work?
Look no further.
Get ready for the ultimate after-work rush with Freedom 106.5 FM's The Overdrive with Davey. Mondays to Fridays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Let Davey take you on a thrilling ride of non-stop entertainment and education. He covers the topics of the day, delves into the latest food and lifestyle trends, and brings dynamic guests from exciting professions to share their professional stories and experiences. Take advantage of this energizing and engaging experience. Tune into Freedom 106.5 FM, Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for The Overdrive with Davey, the ultimate way to end your day with a bang.
Calling all filmmakers, producers, content creators, influencers, and recording artists. If you're looking to rent a versatile studio space with green screen, video wall, cyclorama, and more, look no further. GM Labs is here to make your dreams a reality. Located in the heart of Port of Spain on St. Vincent Street, GM Labs is your one-stop shop for all your creative needs with over 2,800 square feet to work with. Take your creative concept to the final product at GM Labs. Give us a call or WhatsApp or message us on our Instagram and Facebook pages at GM Labs TT.
Good morning and welcome to the morning.